Hi everybody, this is Solomon Schmidt from HistoryBytes.com. Today we're going to talk about C.S. Lewis. Clive Staples Lewis was born on November 29th, 1898 in Ireland. He was raised in a Christian home by his parents, Albert and Flora. He became an atheist during his teenage years. An atheist is someone who doesn't believe in the existence of God. Clive grew up in Ireland and he attended a couple different schools in England, such as Wynyard School in Hertfordshire. Clive was called Jack by his family and close friends. He served in World War I, and sadly during this war his friend Edward Paddy Moore was killed. Before the war, the two young men had made a promise to look after each other's family if one of them was killed during the war. After World War I, Clive kept his promise. He took care of Paddy's mother Janie and younger sister Maureen. He watched out for them for many years. They lived with him and his older brother Warren at the Kilns, which was their home in Oxford. In 1925, Mr. Lewis became a Fellow of Magdalen College at Oxford University. While he was there, he became good friends with J.R.R. Tolkien, who became the famous author of The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. They were part of a writers' group called the Inklings. Mr. Lewis served as a tutor of English language and literature at Oxford until 1954. That same year, he took a position at Cambridge University as the professor of medieval and Renaissance English. In 1930, Mr. Lewis became a theist, and that's someone who believes in the existence of God. He became a Christian in 1931 after having a conversation with two friends, J.R.R. Tolkien and Hugo Dyson, while they were on Addison's Walk in Oxford. Addison's Walk is a beautiful trail that's part of Magdalen College and Oxford University. Well, after he became a Christian, Mr. Lewis went on to publish many famous books about Christianity, including The Problem of Pain, The Screwtape Letters, and Mere Christianity. Also, during World War II, he gave a few series of radio talks for the British Broadcasting Corporation. They were about Christianity and were heard by millions of English people. In the 1950s, Mr. Lewis published the 7 books in his series called the Chronicles of Narnia, which have sold over 100 million copies worldwide and have been translated into dozens of languages. Here's all 7 in the order they were published: The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, which is my favorite one, The Horse and His Boy, The Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle. 3 very successful films have been made based on the first 3 Narnia books. In 1952, Mr. Lewis met an American woman named Joy Davidman. They had been writing letters back and forth to each other for 2 years. Eventually, they fell in love and got married in 1956. Sadly, however, after only a few years of marriage, Joy died of cancer in 1960. Mr. Lewis was very sad and angry at God at first. However, his faith eventually became stronger than ever before when he realized that God had a purpose in Joy's death, even though it was hard for him to understand it. Around this time in 1961, Mr. Lewis published A Grief Observed, which described his great sadness over losing his wife. C.S. Lewis died on November 22, 1963 in Oxford. Interestingly, this was the same day that President John F. Kennedy was shot and killed in Dallas, Texas. C.S. Lewis was one of the most famous and influential Christian apologists and authors of all time. Hey, before you go, I'd like to tell you something really exciting. Last week, I had the great opportunity of visiting a man named Walter Hooper in Oxford. He was C.S. Lewis's secretary in 1963 and was also good friends with J.R.R. Tolkien. Well, I had the honor of interviewing him about his amazing connection with these important figures from history. Be sure to check back into my channel next week when the interview is posted. Comment below and tell me how C.S. Lewis has impacted your life. Please give this video a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with all of my videos. And until next time, go learn your history.